it going, my fellow Homo sapiens? It's your boy Uzumaki Hadou, and today I'm coming at you with my trip to Osaka Castle. Man, oh man, it was definitely an experience. I enjoyed myself. It was definitely a life-changing experience, and it was really, really awesome. So, first thing first, I got up that morning, and I was like, you know what I'm gonna do today when I'm in Japan? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to Osaka's castle. So, I get up, I get my survival bag ready, and I head out to the train station, and I get on the Nagahori line, and I get on the N15 to the N20, and I'm thinking to myself, you know what, this takes me almost directly to Osaka Castle. It's not that far. So I get off at N20, and I get lost. Once again, in Japan, I'm lost, and I'm roaming around for about another hour or two, trying to figure out where I'm at. And finally I figured it out, so I'm like, okay, I'm on the right path. I was already on the right path, but I always panic. So I started running around in circles. So I just went and asked one of the train conductors there, like the train information booth. And I asked them, where is the Osaka Castle? Like, Osaka Castle doko desu ka? And they was able to point me into the right direction. So I'm heading to Osaka Castle. I mean, like, even though on the map it looks very, very close to the train station, it's still a pretty nice walk. I mean, man, I was walking, my feet was already starting to hurt, and I didn't even get to the place yet. So one thing I will say, going to Osaka Castle was really, really incredible, because before you get to Osaka Castle, you go through these parks, and man, you see these cherry blossom trees. They're so beautiful. You just see people just kind of sitting down and having a picnic and things of that nature. I was like, wow, that's awesome. People's riding bikes, and they have these mulks that's all around, like these little ponds and lakes. And it was just really, really incredible. So, walking up to the Osaka Castle, you know when you start to get close to the castle, because you start to see like the little pieces of the castle in the far over the trees. And it's really beautiful. Well, that's one thing I just can't say enough. It's really, really beautiful. But once you get to Osaka Castle, you got to get a ticket to get in. So the coolest thing about this is they have two ways of getting tickets. Now they have a machine that you can go, you put your yen in, and you get yourself a ticket. I believe it was maybe 200 yen. It was very cheap to get in. Or they had a ticket booth where you can actually walk up and talk to someone and get a ticket. Now what I did, I just went to the little machine, put my yen in, got a ticket. At the bottom, it showed like what you paid for, and before you get into the castle, they tear the bottom off so you get in. And it was really, really nice. The Osaka Castle, I believe, had 8 floors. Now, I believe floor 3 and 4, you couldn't use any video equipment or take any pictures. And those floors was mostly like maps and armors and things of that nature. But all the other floors was really, really interesting, because you got to take pictures and you got to walk around and do a lot of stuff, where the other 2 floors, you still got to walk around, you just couldn't take any pictures. Now, the very, very top floor was really interesting because they had a museum shop. And at the museum shop, I went ahead and I bought this little charm right here. So it basically, you can just hook it up to the phone, on your phone, and kind of let it dingle. But it's a little 3D Osaka Castle and a little kind of brick type deal. And that's really, really nice. And it's really, really cheap. Got me a little receipt, and you got the little Osaka Castle in the corner. So, some of the pros and cons of visiting Osaka Castle, I think that there wasn't really any cons, maybe like one, but the pros was just awesome. I mean, it was so much history. It was incredible. Looking at the culture and understanding the culture was really, really nice to experience something like that. And you also got a little magazine that came with it. And it actually has some English in here, so I thought that was really, really interesting. They had multiple different type of magazines in different languages. And that's something I didn't see a lot in Japan, was English translations for a lot of stuff. So when I saw the English translation little pamphlet, I was like, oh, wow, I don't have to sit down and rely on the kanji I learned in school. So that was really, really nice, and I really did enjoy that. So, up on the top floor, they have these upper decks that you get to walk outside, and you get to see all over Osaka. Man, it's incredible. Now, downstairs, it's like it's not really like a parking lot, but it's like this a really, really big area outside. They have so many things out there. They have like all these different food huts. They have tons and tons of vending machines. And man, oh man, I was just killing that stuff, man. I was like, wow. So some of the food they had out there, they had something called takoyaki. Oh my God. Man, that food smells so good. I mean, after you go into Osaka Castle and you just kind of walk around all day, man, you walk outside, you just smell that food and that takoyaki. Oh man, it smells so good. So I went on ahead and picked it up. It was really, really cheap. It was like you got 6 takoyakis for, I believe it was like 100 yen. Something similar to that. It was really, really cheap. So takoyaki is like a bread ball that has it's like a fried bread ball with a piece of squid in it. And I was shocked because I don't eat seafood like that, but I was just stunned. I was like, wow. Then they had something like a hot dog on a stick, and it was like a big hot dog on the stick. And man, when I say it hit the spot, it hit the spot. I was like, oh, I was just foaming at the mouth. And one of the other things I really liked, it was the vending machines they had out there, because they had the really, really big canned sodas for like 100 yen. And I was like, man, I just kept going back and forth to the vending machine, back and forth to the vending machine. And they had little shops out so you can buy little items and things of that nature. So it was definitely a really, really awesome experience. Now, one of the cons that I do remember was it was just extremely crowded. Extremely crowded. See, I'm not used to being in... I'm a big guy. I'm about 6'2", so I'm very, very tall. And I'm pretty large for my size. I mean, I'm pretty stock or whatnot. But, man, it was just so many people. And I'm not used to having a lot of people around me. So at first I got really, really uncomfortable and I got scared. I was like, oh my goodness, so many people. Because I kept bumping into people and I'm sumimasen. You know, it was just really scary at one point. Because like, oh man, there's so many people here. And, but that was it, you know. Everything else was just really, really incredible. Just a lot of walking. Definitely be in shape. Be prepared to walk because it is a lot. So I got some pictures and some videos to show you. So sit back and relax and enjoy the scenery.
「 新米のお前さんは知らんだろうが、このお城を作るのに毎日2万から3万の人が働いておるのだ。そんなにたくさん働いておるのか。大したものだろう。石垣だけじゃない。このお城はとてつもない大きさだ。これほどのお城は原天竺を食べ歩いたのに見つかるまい。
欲しい
Yes. 410円です。
何
410円です。
あ、はい。
ありがとうございます。はい、どうぞ。
はありがとう。
ありがとうございます。
So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed the videos and pictures I showed you. So let me know what you would like to see next time I'm in Japan. But that's all I have for you today. Please rate, subscribe, and comment. It really helps the channel. Thanks for watching. Mata ne.